In a few minutes, we're going to have the Yum Yum of the week, and then we're going to talk to this. His name's Vince, right?
Yo, Vince. He's not from 5th and Washington.
No, but this dude, Vince, he's from New York, I believe, but he lives in South Philly.
Not sure.
Somewhere. We'll talk to him coming up at 10:15. If you've seen this is this video that's going around on the internet. You can see it on Facebook.com/975 The Fanatic, or if you go to YouTube, you can just type in 5th and Washington. This dude, and we find out that he's drunk. He takes off his shirt. Apparently, he was harassing the guy's wife at the supermarket.
Raymo.
And he's going off 5th and Washington. And the dude, if you watch it, he's taking off his ring.
He's setting him up. He knows what's going down.
And he gives him a 1-2 punch. Totally knocks him down. Doesn't he punch him a couple times on the ground?
Nah, not really. He hit him one time.
He gives him the, yeah, stands over him. And then he gave him a toe. A kick toe, not the laces like David Akers, a Mark Mosley toe.
Yeah.
Right in the ribs. Which, we're talking about it on Facebook, and people are saying it's a little unnecessary.
No,
that doesn't mean the dude didn't deserve it.
There's feedback that's split, I think. I think we're half and half.
I agree.
There's a lot of people that are with me. One kick to the ribs, just, it's a little signature. You have a nice day.
Listen,
remember me, Raymo.
I ain't feeling bad for the guy who got kicked, who we found out his name is Raymo, and we're trying to get in touch with him. But all I'm saying is this, if I'm looking at this from like a police perspective, they're never going to do anything. But, that really wasn't necessary.
Are you kidding me? Cops and saw that video, man, they'd be laughing.
They'd be laughing just like us.
It's so funny.
Dude, it's funny. Now, do we have a situation? Is this Vince? Someone says that Raymo is on the line, and then it's a Vince from the video.
All right, well, let's bring in Vince first. Let's punch Vince up.
Hang on, Raymo. Alex, are we going to be able to put them? Can you lock them at some point so we can put them on at the same time? All right.
Nice.
Let's do this right now. This is the video. It's 5th and Washington. If you go to YouTube, it's titled 5th and Washington. Vince, who we're bringing on first, apparently there was a problem, and he knocked this guy Raymo straight out and then gave him a little kick for good luck. Is this really Vince?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going, man?
Vince, what's your Facebook name?
Vito Corleone.
All right, this is Vince. Doesn't get any better. Vince, how you doing this morning, my man?
Living large.
What happened in this video? Could you break it down for us?
Yeah, I'll break it down for you. About 3 weeks ago, a guy was following my fiance around the supermarket.
Ooh.
So she came home and she told me. I was like, all right, no big deal. I said, when you see the guy, just point him out to me. So my fiance and I, we went to a baptismal. So we pull up in front of my house after the event's over, and she says, oh, my God. She goes, that's the guy right there. He's across the street from my house. So I said, let me talk to this guy. I said, go inside. I'll be right in.
Right.
So I went over. I said, listen. I said, listen, my man. I said, I don't want to make a big deal out of this. I said, the woman I just got in the car with, that's my fiance. I said, next time you see her in the supermarket, I'd appreciate if, don't be a pervert. Just ignore her. I said, no big deal. I'm not mad.
So you didn't go over him aggressively, Vince?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
And it was at that point that he went totally berserk and started telling me how much he weighed and where he was from and that he was friends with Jeff Chandler.
Where was he from again?
5th and Washington.
Where did this happen? Where did this take place? In South Philly, Vince, or West Philly?
In West Philly on 65th and Cal Hill.
Okay.
And
it just doesn't roll out the tongue. 65th and Cal Hill doesn't come out the mouth like 5th and Washington.
No, it doesn't.
That's why you weren't yelling it.
When he took his shirt off, I thought we were going swimming. I had no clue where he was going with it. I was like, I can't believe. Then after the whole thing was over, I walked in, and my girl said to me, Vince, what's the matter? I said, I feel like I just got victimized. I said, I can't believe I had to hit this guy.
So, Vince, we're watching the video, and you can see you start unscrewing the ring from your hand.
Yeah, I couldn't get the pinky ring off. It's always a problem. The pinky ring's always a problem.
But you got it off. He was running his mouth for a while. 5th and Washington, shirts off. He's getting in your face.
Yeah, I didn't want to starch him. I really didn't want to starch him.
Listen, you gave him a 1-2 combination. He was out before he even hit the ground, yo.
Yeah, I missed him with the right.
Oh, see that? Someone else said that. So just a jab knocked him out?
Yeah, it was more like a left cross to a left hook to a left jab. It was. I really, like I said, I really didn't want to go there, but
he was asking for it.
Yeah, he wouldn't go away.
Now, Vince, have you now the one thing that I said after watching the video, and clearly you're all fired up once this guy starts with you. You'd be like, yeah. You gave him a boot, man, that would have made any kicker in the NFL proud. You towed him right in the ribs, buddy.
Good measure, Vince. Good measure.
I was trying to get a walk on with the Eagles. Akers was a little rusty. He looked a little rusty in the Green Bay game, so I figured, And by the way, I'm not a part-time boxer. I'm 42.
Yeah.
I smoke a box of Ashton's a week and a fifth of Glenlivet.
Yes.
So,
You just look like you're a former
I'll
boxer,
tell you
Vince.
what, Teddy Atlas would have been proud of that little combo you threw out there. A little Friday Night Fights action up in 65th and Callow Hill.
We're talking to Vince, and if you checked out this video, it's all over the internet. Just search Fifth and Washington on YouTube or probably even Google at this point. And it's a fight between two guys on the street. Raymo, did you know he was drunk, Vince?
I had no clue. The guy's my neighbor.
We have him on the line right now. Would you mind if we brought him on?
No.
Have you seen him? Have you seen him since this happened?
Yeah, he came over and all, and we talked. A few hours after the whole thing happened.
Well, let's talk to Raymo. Is this the real Raymo?
Yeah, hello.
What's happening, buddy?
I'm very mad right now that people putting this all over the internet. I don't have a computer. I can't see anything. And now I'm on the radio. I listen to the show all the time.
Really?
It's why I'm calling in. And now I hear it's all over the internet.
Well, Raymo, I mean, first of all, let me ask you, did you have a couple drinks in you? Were you drinking Red Bull vodka?
I have a couple in me right now. I mean, I always drink it.
Got ya.
Around,
Hey, Vince.
Yeah.
Is this Raymo?
Absolutely.
All right, so you guys seem to have worked this out after the
Absolutely.
fight? Yeah, it was, the timing's everything, and him and I our paths crossed at a bad time.
All right.
He was going through something.
You got a lucky shot.
You say so.
Vince, what's he talking about? Raymo, do you really think that was a lucky shot? That looked good to me, my man.
I was drunk.
Now, Raymo, let me ask you this. If you were sober and you knew it was coming, could you have maybe countered that left hook?
Absolutely. I would have ducked.
Hey, Vince, excuse me, Raymo, what's your record in the ring? What are you? Because that looked like definitely a knockout. What's your record in the ring?
I don't box.
You don't box?
I don't box.
I could, well.
All right, we're talking to Vince and Raymo, the guys that got into the fight, which is this is just just comedic right now. Fifth and Washington. Are you?
I don't think it's funny.
Well, Raymo, are you from Fifth and Washington? After watching it, I wasn't really sure.
I'm from Fifth and Washington.
What goes down in Fifth and Washington, Raymo?
There was boxing gyms over there. The Fifth and Washington and Camden, not in Philadelphia.
Well, hey, Raymo, let me ask you this much. And Vince is saying that, you know what, you're at a supermarket, and I've always said to Johnny Marks and everyone that listens to the show,
look at chicks.
Great place to pick up chicks. Now, if she's rocking a ring...
That's what I said to my girl. I wasn't even mad at it.
Raymo, if she's got a ring on, you got to respect the jewelry, right?
The cantaloupes are nice at the supermarket.
Well, you know what? I'm really glad that you guys actually made up.
I know his whole family.
Now, Raymo, did you think the kick was a little unnecessary? I thought the kick might have been a little bit over the line, Vince.
I didn't even know he kicked me. I know he...
Dude, you had a huge welt as soon as you got up.
Vince is nicely dressed all the time. Next thing you know, I got a Peter Pan shoe to the rib.
You don't mess with a man in Peter Pan shoes.
And here's the key thing. If you ever see Vince taking off that pinky ring, get the hell out of Dodge, man.
I don't know what was going on.
Raymo, when it was night, what was it like, man? Do you remember anything?
It's the best night's sleep I had in a while. I respect him, man. He stuck up for his girl and all. He didn't have to kick me.
Well, I didn't think this was going to be a happy ending, to be honest with you.
I'm touched right now, Vince.
I'm touched.
Vince, look, I greatly appreciate you guys joining us today, man. I'm glad we can make the streets of Philadelphia a hell of a lot more friendly.
Now, Vince, is this true? You have True TV coming to interview you?
Yeah. But I don't own. I don't own the rights to the video.
No.
So, I don't know how they got. I don't know. Somehow they did get to the source of the video, and people did contact me.
Well, Vince, you're the one that's doing all the hard labor in the video. You should be owning it, I think.
Well, I think Raymo did a little bit more hard labor.
Oh man,
I love it.
All right, guys, listen. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Sean.
Good stuff, my
Raymo,
man.
thanks for being a good sport too.
All right.
Appreciate it. We'll talk to you. I got
All
you.
right, guys.
Have a good
I got your number now. If I want to call you and get you on the, can we hear that Fifth and Washington drop again? Alex, sounds great.
Raymo's stand up dude. He called then.
Listen, I'm from Fifth and Washington.
Winning.
That was Raymo. That was 100% Raymo.
I still got to say the kick was a little bit out of line, but you know what? Raymo took it like a man, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Took it like a man, owned up to it, owned up to everything, and said, you know what? I got it. We're friends now. We moved past it. That's a beautiful thing.